At long last, time to conclude the Chapter 2 trial.
We hope so.
Surely we'll conclude it at this point, and we should be able to get through all the wrap-up, too. Well, Danganronpa has kicked us in the nards quite a few times, so don't worry. Now we'll be suspecting everyone of evil, misdeeds, shenanigans, and chicanery, so take that.
We're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm the Opinionator!
And we square.
Let's have some more sweet, sweet menu action!
No,
let's just go to this.
Just FYI, we're skipping out on Dangan next week.
Yeah, there won't be any this weekend.
Because we're giving you 3. Oh god.
Because we need a break! So.
Well, I know which one isn't being used.
Yeah, I bet it's this one.
Okay, well, it's obviously going to be the duffel bag.
Yes, right. What I'm doing, okay, is I'm going through it panel by panel because if you recall, that was requested of us.
Oh, okay.
So, Chihiro in the warehouse, digging around, getting the blue track jacket.
Yep.
Celeste shows up after hearing a noise or something. Ah ha ha, I'm not doing anything suspicious. Oh, yes you are. And blank. What else we got in here? Okay, so it'd be that one, right?
Right.
Right, so.
She quickly stuffs it back in.
Stuffs it back in after noticing it's out. Ha 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 ha! Chihiro leaves.
Alright.
And now for our bloody Act 2.
So Chihiro enters. That seems to be the next logical.
Right, Chihiro enters the boys' locker room.
And finds someone lifting weights.
Yeah, because after
all...
Mondo,
yeah.
Going to meet somebody. Oh, Mondo!
Oh.
You're my friend! Oh, hey, Chihiro! Oh, or no, actually, that's a... Well, anyway...
Okay, so maybe the lifting weights is right there. Because he doesn't have the weights in his hands right here.
Right. Let's get this to make sense.
Yeah. Ah, there we are.
That goes there.
Yeah. And then that goes there.
Wait. Well, we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so... Chihiro messes around.
Puts her bag in the locker, which... Well, because he's going to have to lift it up in that panel. Because he's got it in the next one.
We'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, okay. So that's... Lifts it up.
Stalks up behind her.
Bam. So at that point, we have bloody dumbbell, or is it...
Oh, that's going to be blood on the poster.
Blood on the poster.
Then he drops
the dumbbell. Then... Oh God! I am a horrible human being!
Gollum!
Who engendered trust in others because I seem to be a stand-up guy, but in reality, I'm a shithead! So...
Alright.
Rolls up the carpet.
Takes down the poster.
Picks up Chihiro.
See, you can't use that one in the other one.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was moving on, because I wanted to get the ones that we knew were right.
Because that's going to be near the end. Picks up... No, that's the one right there. Yeah. Girls. Okay, girls' door.
Maybe that would go there.
Well, no, because now he's taking her into the girls' dorm.
Yeah, okay, then uses the purloined book.
Now that's going to be near the end. Yeah, because see, it's up there in the next panel.
Yeah, because that was taking the poster down.
Right.
And this one is putting the poster up.
Then he picks her up.
Then he picks him up.
Yeah.
Okay, woo. That was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Leaves it like that. So then Byakuya comes in.
For some reason.
He's got a lot to answer for here. So...
He's got the cable.
Yeah, so he picks...
He's already got the extension cable?
Well, maybe he went back and got it after... No, he's already got the cord.
Yeah, he's got it in that... Okay.
Well, what would that be for? But that's not really relevant at the moment.
Right, and then he writes Bloodlust after taking some blood from her.
Man, you just won't let me go through panel by panel, will you? You just keep wanting to jump ahead and move faster.
Well, we got a time limit. I'm nervous.
There's plenty of time. Okay, right, so uses the extension cord to string up Chihiro. Lifts Chihiro's face.
That's wiping the blood on his finger.
Yeah. writes Bloodlust, and thus... And now for the rather complicated Act 5.
Well, no, because there's the sauna.
What? What did you say?
Yeah,
that's what I was. That's what I was on.
Oh yeah.
Looking at it.
Okay, I'll just shut up now.
You said no. That's the sauna. While I'm hovering over. That's the sauna.
No, that's the sauna.
Okay. Throws it in, and wasn't there a?
There's one of the.
There it is.
Yeah. Because when it's gray, that means.
And then it's dramatically falling, and then toasted.
Yep.
Okay, so now back to the early parts. This one's taken. This one's taken.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that.
Are you sure? I think it might be relevant.
Looks like that one with Byakuya is taken, but I mean, that has nothing to do with it. That's the
also...
last one, and that one's taken, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, maybe it wasn't taken, because we still had those...
Right there.
Okay,
right
yeah.
there.
Both the ones holding the e-handbook are taken.
So it's these.
So it's really just those two that are left. Okay, so this was coming in the first place. There's one with Chihiro, that's not taken, right?
Correct.
So that seems to be... Look, girls and boys, Chihiro goes to the boys, like I initially thought, right? Okay, so inside...
Yeah, what?
Must be something that's further on.
Wait!
That's specifically used, right?
No, look!
It's not!
That's Chihiro's hand!
Yeah, it's this one.
Okay! Ha 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 ha! Tried to fool us, game! You've done a good job. So it must be that first, then Chihiro goes in. Like we originally thought, but we got thrown off by the other panel.
There we go! Think we got it!
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Even Makoto is saying she...
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
It is interesting how much of it was based on hearsay. It turned out to be the truth.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, though. Bye.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
You know, I thought those things were bigger.
Who was apparently a girl, accessed the boys' locker room.
Yeah, I was thinking they were more like tablet sized
That's what I was
instead of
thinking.
phone sized.
Simple, because she was really a he.
Now he's gonna refer to him.
He was
Yeah.
able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
That's just so awful.
Yeah.
I mean, at least with Leon,
He was a douchebag.
but I mean, it was also an accident.
And there wasn't even really a personal connection between them?
Yeah, he didn't go there to kill her,
Right.
but took advantage of it when it came up.
Yeah.
Whereas Mondo actually killed someone who considered him a friend. I
And he
mean,
made a promise between men.
that is the worst. I was about to say something like, at least Toko's an honest-to-goodness serial killer. But there's something more honest about it, but that doesn't quite add up.
I know what you're trying to say.
But you know what I mean! Just this seems to me to be so terrible. I mean, he was so friendly to Makoto in the free time event.
Yeah.
He motivated Chihiro
Seems
so
likely
much.
that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro.
He was able to, with like that competition, he was able to bond with Kiyotaka so much that Kiyotaka jumped
Doesn't
to his
believe it? Yeah.
to defend him. Like, my God, it can't possibly be him. He's too much of a good guy. And it never seemed like he cracked.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Well, on the one hand, I'm really looking forward to what comes next, but on the other hand, I'm also really apprehensive of what comes next.
Well, we might still be correct and it was an accident. This is just how how he feels the events followed.
Either way. I mean, that part... But,
yeah, but again, this is from Makoto's perspective.
Yeah, this isn't like psychic powers.
Maybe.
The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Hence the very possible... That's the last thing we can hope for, is that it was an accident, because otherwise...
Like, all respect gone.
All of it. That's just straight up evil.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
If it was an accident, and he really wanted to be a man, then he just would have owned up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, that's his death.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room.
But that's the only right way to go about it.
Right.
Because otherwise, what he was doing was attempting to kill everyone else here.
Yeah, exactly.
A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course.
And there's just...
This couldn't have been an accident, because he had a girl's handbook.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall.
Well, he already knew about the other handbooks because he was using Leon's, so he would have found the other ones too. No, but I mean, you're right.
Okay,
that makes it look
I
like
see what you're saying.
It makes
but
it,
why would he have taken the girls?
Yeah, it makes it look like it's much less of a handbook,
More
or
premeditated.
a handbook, of much less of an accident, or it could have been like Leon, where because they didn't really say. Celeste just said this thing like, well, he still left to go get his toolkit because we were thinking that Leon brought it with him with the intent to kill in the first place.
Right.
So that's one of those sort of ambiguous things.
Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
And I mean, he could have just gone and gotten it. Like
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, like what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because he did already know about him because he had Leon's book. Man, can't possibly ever forgive that. Someone who trusted him so much.
And that's exactly how the killer did.
Someone who gave him every reason to trust him.
Yeah. That's a betrayal.
I think everybody knew what I meant, but I did say that completely backwards. Mondo gave others every reason to trust him.
With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no.
Wait, you can leave the door open? Didn't they say the door shuts automatically?
Byakuya could have gotten a book too.
You're right, there are two girls' handbooks. Okay.
And who's to say that Mondo didn't put the first one back?
Yeah.
After he was done with it.
He must have, because it was there.
Because everyone was... Yeah, because everyone was... Like, several people knew about it. They didn't want to let other people know that they knew about it, so they had to keep replacing it. So it's sort of funny.
Yeah.
The conga line of people going to the mailbox, finding the destroyed handbooks. Now, Byakuya has a lot to answer for, and he had better get to this.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
And this is what really threw us off. We were so caught up in the setup and the railroading that Byakuya did, which he really did.
Yeah.
I mean, is the only reason because he was so sure of himself?
Did he just do it to mess with us? Why would he risk his life like that?
No, I think it's because he was so sure, like you said initially. I mean, dang, we get pretty dang sure of ourselves too.
Stumbling on the crime scene.
True.
But we leave it open.
He went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Jesus.
So in Makoto's imagining of the events, Byakuya walked in with the extension cord, which we both noticed when we were putting it together.
Right.
But here he just said he brought it back. That's a discrepancy that doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
But
I mean...
still it's there.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise that would be like implying that he already knew
Right,
this would happen.
Which he wouldn't have done.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
So this trial really was absolutely a group effort.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people really had to work together to come up with the answer.
Yep. I like that. Great!
I really wonder what the other ones are going to be like. Are they going to continue to be so crazy? At least in terms of being able to figure out who it could have been, not just the details of what it was.
Yeah.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Good thing those were on different floors, or they would have bumped into each other in the
you're right.
conga line of like illicit behaviors.
Hey, I mean...
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Corncob hair!
Won't ever forgive you for that one.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence?
What if we are going to have to beat him at that and then Mondo just accepts it?
That's still very likely, yeah. I am really concerned that this is going to break Kiyotaka and drive him to murder.
Yeah.
You need evidence. You need proof.
God, I'm so sorry, man.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this.
We have the proof.
I feel
He takes out his e-handbook and turns it on.
I feel the same way as you, man. It's just like
You don't want to accept it.
a shocking. Didn't want it to be true and just kept trying to make it not true. But the evidence makes it true. Evidence that Mondo's the killer, that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. All I have to do is check that one item of his and everything will become clear.
Oh, okay.
So, what do we get? Fever time and nega time.
Okay.
Okay.
R1.
Press RB, R1. Fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. Even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can just hit it if things go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So then just fever time and go... Okay. But that only lasts for your focus gauge. But of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use.
Oh, good.
I can't help but think of Darkwing Duck when he says that. If the opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time battle...
Let's get dangerous!
I'm trying to narrate, sir! Keep thine opinions to yourself! Your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. That sucks. So then you use Fever Time to counter the Nega Time. But I don't want to reveal that to you. Nah. Good luck and prepare to lose. That will be alright.
Us?
Yeah, us. Yeah, it really
Show me
is.
some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
I'm so sorry.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
I have no idea
I
what...
refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong.
Ah, I get
I
it.
won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
Who cares? I'll just do it.
You're about to run out of focus.
You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refuse.
Ah!
False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
You got some focus back.
Show me some evidence.
Dang!
You're wrong. action!
Final
Show
strike!
me some evidence.
Horia!
Woo! I got a little tense there.
All I can do is look at the bars, so
Yeah.
Right?
I never have any idea of how much focus or influence I have left.
That's what I'm here for! It's a team effort!
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Don't make us do it. Salvage yourself.
Preserve some dignity.
Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Dang. I mean, that was the part where, with the tracksuit,
Yeah.
almost got all A's.
Bro, what are you saying? I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
Can't believe it.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
Poor Ishimaru. I mean, he still wants to believe in him so much.
No waiting, no holding on.
I'm assuming it's only gonna get worse from here on out.
Yeah.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Don't talk about our levers.
Don't talk about our levers. I mean, what's going to happen if it ends up like something like Makoto, Kyoko, Aoi, and Sakura, and somebody does something?
Oh, God.
It's just the further it gets, the worse and worse and worse it gets.
Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
It's
Oh,
why
don't
they
drag it out. You know what the answer is going to be.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
This is a type of psychological attack. What Monokuma is doing now, dragging it out, that's effective.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
That's why we've got to stop all this crap. Hooray.
I'm so happy.
What?
Uh-oh! This time it looks like you got it right again! Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Wada!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer.
Really worried that he's either going to be
next,
killed
yeah.
or be the next killer after that.
You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry. What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why?
God.
Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men.
I do hope it was an accident.
Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text.
Or it's going to be that he was very upset to find out that Chihiro was a man.
Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki.
So we should totally skip all this, right? Nobody's that interested.
Yeah,
Certainly not
of course. We're just kidding. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength.
So because of that, he was too embarrassed to be a boy?
Maybe. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl.
I mean, he'd even be really darn small for a girl.
Right? He had chosen that as his way out.
Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy.
But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
Interesting that he was able to achieve the level of success that he did. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost.
But it's not like he tried to kill someone, or is it?
Maybe he asked Mondo to. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack. The armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
I don't think that Chihiro would have asked Mondo to kill him or something like that.
Yeah, probably not.
Because the thing is in doing so, it's saying, hey, kill me and die.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point.
what?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone.
Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my
I
chance.
want to change.
I'm going to get stronger, and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so...
I get it.
that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body.
What if Mondo was like, how can you even call yourself a guy? I mean, that doesn't necessarily make sense.
Yeah.
But our read on him was so completely off.
I don't know.
That would at least...
But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask him to help him from there.
He really should have gone to Sakura.
Right?
Sakura would have taken care of him the whole time.
I think Sakura would have just intimidated him too much, but yes, that would have been the best choice.
But yeah, you're probably right about that.
And the person he went to...
Because Chihiro wasn't upset about being a boy. he was upset that he wasn't good enough as a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret.
That's one of the reasons that we just couldn't accept that it was him.
That's why Mondo changed. It wasn't to try and blame a girl, it was to try and protect Chihiro's secret.
What do you mean?
That's why he put Chihiro in the girls' locker room.
Ah, yeah. It was sort of like, well, I killed you, but at the very least, I don't want to break my promise.
Yeah. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to.
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage.
So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro.
Did what he did? The moving? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room? Would it have actually made it easier for Mondo to get away with if he hadn't done that?
Well, that depends on how willing Byakuya was able to string up Chihiro in the boys' locker room or move him to the girls, you know what I mean?
Why would he have done that, though? Well, at that...
Yeah, okay, no, that's a good point.
He already knew that Genocide Jack was a girl, but in that case...
Yeah! If Chihiro died in the boys' locker room, he wouldn't have thought it was Genocide Jack.
Unless Genocide Jack used the notebooks or the e-handbooks that he too knew about, and apparently half of the people here.
But knew that the boys... Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a good point.
Because remember, Byakuya was incredibly surprised to see that the book we thought was Leon's was broken. Because the last time Byakuya saw it, it wasn't broken.
Ah, you're right! Okay!
So
that's a good question.
So it still could have worked. Like, he still could have done the Genocide Jack thing.
Maybe somewhere he just wanted to be caught.
But if that's the case, then why'd he argue so much against it?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
What value is there in keeping a promise like that after you've murdered someone? Someone who trusted you, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But how does moving the body keep a secret?
Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... He tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and then stealing his handbook, see?
Meh. Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed?
Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you?
Is it just me? Or does it seem like Kiyotaka is in some ways a stand-in for me?
Kind of, yeah. Ultimate moral compass.
Several times I've said stuff...
And then he's done it.
And then he's immediately gone on to do it.
Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed. Really?
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad!
I mean, Genocide Jack is pretty awful, or the idea that Celeste is a complete cheat and hack is pretty awful. But you guys are gonna die if you worry about this too much, if you get worked up about this too much. I mean, what's more important? I mean, your life? Or your pride?
Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Folly or not, it's still wrong. What's wrong is wrong.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did?
He wet the bed in 5th grade.
He killed his own brother.
Well, I suppose that makes him a little bit more of a fake after all, doesn't it?
Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble.
After all, he had already killed someone who trusted him, who was important to him.
That's true.
Makes it a lot easier to do it again.
But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect.
So to Mondo, trust and respect means kill if they get in your way?
He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did.
What a terrible guy.
Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and as number 2, his younger brother, Mondo.
So what's the problem?
In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy.
Ugh.
But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
Jealousy? What a petty small man. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
So I suppose after knowing Chihiro's secret, Chihiro was someone who was kind of like him.
Oh! You
Someone
think he
who
maybe
had
feared something like...
a natural inferiority complex, but Chihiro responded to that inferiority complex and to the secret by, like, the potential that the secret could be revealed by trying to overcome it and better himself, whereas Mondo, the big masculine manly man, responded to that inferiority complex and the secret being divulged with murder.
Ah, Jesus.
So it's like he saw somebody who was a better man than him, and he hated himself for it.
Yeah.
So he killed Chihiro.
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya.
See? The same.
Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. Oh, the horror! The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly...
So it's not that he killed him,
But he feels responsible for killing him. Like he kind of...
And it completely shattered him then.
Lying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together.
It really wasn't Mondo's fault. That was an accident. Daya did accept it. And if they're already biker gang members,
right,
they're already exposed to a lot of danger. I mean, that doesn't mean that Mondo doesn't blame himself or shouldn't blame himself.
Right,
but
right.
The point is that Daya knows it wasn't Mondo's fault.
Right. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang.
But so Mondo knew that he could just never measure up to his brother, but the reason he couldn't measure up to his brother is because of his own inferiority complex.
Yeah.
It was his own psychology. If he wouldn't have been so obsessed with that inferiority, he probably wouldn't have had it in the first place.
Right.
I mean, Daya didn't blame him.
Yeah.
Daya knew what he was getting into, and Daya trusted him.
And Daya chose to save him.
Yeah.
In order to keep the gang together, and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of a kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
He was just rotten on the inside.
I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong! And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed.
That wouldn't have been what he would have wanted at all. That wouldn't have been what Daya wanted at all.
His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why.
That's just rationalization.
That's why I...
Mondo.
After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around.
If you just didn't hate yourself so much.
I'd never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it.
Toko's damn secret was that she was Genocide Jack!
Right?
And she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Who knows what the other ones are? Chihiro's was pretty damned embarrassing. And he tried to move in a positive direction.
Yeah. And he was even willing to, come clean once he got a bit stronger.
You were already in this situation. I mean, if you're in this situation, it's kind of already over for you. The best you can do is manage to get out of here with your life, having faced down a pretty serious trial.
I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness...
And the only person who broke was someone who just hated himself over something that wasn't even his fault.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you.
But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
'Cause I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But
You're right, but...
Chihiro had the
what's to
strength.
change?
Chihiro had the strength to come out and admit his secret. And
Yeah.
that also got to Mondo.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
I gotcha.
Chihiro was much stronger than Mondo was. Mondo appeared really strong, and he had the trappings of someone who was extremely trustworthy, promised between men, etc., etc. But that was just the outside trappings. On the inside, he was just empty, rotten, and he hated himself. He hated himself so much that it made him crack before God only knows what level of ridiculous secrets, including being the most prolific serial killer in the world. I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Yeah.
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo.
I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong.
Damn it.
Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. Oh god, his voice is so hard. I'm so glad he's dying. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground.
Even Toko has the strength to try and hide Genocide Jack here.
Yeah.
Whether she can or not.
Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been.
It didn't have to be like this, man.
Yeah.
Really disappointed.
And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
At least he feels remorse.
At least he feels remorse. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it.
Look at him! You see? You're all just like him!
We're not.
For a secret from the past. For a memory.
We don't all have to be this weak.
For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. Actually, he killed him in hot blood in this specific circumstance. I mean, he went red with rage. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is.
You don't really know what it is either. Or maybe he does. Trying to needle everyone here, break everyone down like that, using all kinds of things. Threats, no-win situations, time, his ridiculous attitude that's just supposed to keep everyone rattled, occasionally providing these stupid motives. But none of us here can just go, like, hi, soul desu ka, and, like, accept those motives.
Right.
And those things he's trying to get us to do without a second thought. Anybody who just succumbs to this crap is doing exactly what he wants us to do, showing how weak and pathetic we actually are. But nobody has to be like that. No one has to. Is Mondo all like, I'm so happy that I participated in all of this?
Right?
No, he's consumed with guilt and he's consumed with regret. Even Byakuya went on that big long rant about, like the rationality of a zero-sum game.
Right.
Which, I mean, of course, that is rational. But it's, and Celeste agreed with him the whole time. I mean, those two were like the most suspicious people here. But neither of them did anything.
Yeah.
In fact, even what Byakuya did, near as we can tell, was just to shore up his own ego, because he's human too.
Right.
But it's still not like either of them killed anyone. For God's sake. Fine, I'll stop, but murder is always wrong.
In every circumstance.
And I can't even believe that's controversial.
Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead! Say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Glorious. To clarify, I also don't ever mean that what I just said is ever supposed to be easy.
Oh no.
That
no.
never came up.
Oh no.
Punishing.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The Blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished!
Ridiculous!
Hold on!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader.
I can't say I'm not curious about what it is, but...
No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Not really looking forward to it either.
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Broke that one too.
Yeah.
That is so freaking twisted.
Right?
Biked to death? Uh-huh, roulette wheel?
I know I shouldn't be laughing, but...
Nice regent or pompadour there, Monokuma. Launch him at high speed into...
Oh, gonna drive into the cage and then drive around inside of it.
Oh my god!
Probably till the G-forces kill him.
And Monokuma out. Oh god!
Oh!
Well, you know, that was actually kind of kind, wasn't it?
I suppose so.
Rather than just completely kill him with the thing he loves.
Leon didn't love baseball.
No, he hated it. But the thing that Mondo hates most is himself, right?
That's true. What?
Oh my god.
I'm confused.
I'm disgusted.
Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be.
Clarified him or whatever.
My brother.
Another murder. And another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen.
No.
Kiyotaka. I get it. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But of course, he had to.
What a disappointment. This is the end of the game?
Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
however...
I just don't understand why.
Yeah. I obviously line up pretty well with Kyoko here.
Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting.
That's it?
Jesus.
His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone.
Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. What's even the point of it then?
Right? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue.
The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room.
You mean you even saw it? And you set everything up with Makoto just so you could think it was interesting?
Okay, now screw it! We had some hope that maybe he was deep down trying to adhere to his narrative, but no, he's just raging D-bag.
I mean, would he at the end, because his own life is at stake too, would he at the end have said, oh, by the way, I did see Mondo leaving, so there you got it,
Maybe.
Just to prevent himself from dying, just to watch everybody else have fun? Good God, man!
After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
The return of Byakuya, I guess.
Yeah.
Well...
So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been?
I suppose it is possible that Byakuya is posturing for Monokuma's benefit. Well,
maybe.
That may or may not be that bad. The more that you talk to Monokuma, the more he does let stuff slip.
That's true.
Whether it's slipping or not.
I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning.
So you just set all of that up just to screw people over, and specifically to screw Toko over.
Basically. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand.
On the one hand, in some ways it's a kindness to Toko. Now at least everybody knows.
Yeah. I thought it would liven things up.
You did all that to liven things up?
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene? But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, You would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course.
Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me.
Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
Oh, really? Is that so?
Has the gauntlet been thrown down?
Challenge accepted, you son of a bitch. I'm done trying to understand you.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next!
You.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct?
Ugh.
My question is, why? Do you like them?
I do wonder why, yeah.
But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. Maybe it is something like Battle Royale, and this is being televised.
Good lord.
Like the ultimate Big Brother. All this punishment, all this despair, is my gift to mankind itself!
What?
Has the world been invaded by Monokuma?
Apparently it has.
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
So, what do you have against hope, anyway? Well, that's ridiculous. We have no idea what his goal is or what any of this is.
What do you mean?
But the more this crap happens, the more it makes me want to just, like I said initially, get through this with the people that need to get through it.
Yeah.
With the people who aren't Byakuya.
Yeah. Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing! Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
You know, I feel like, generally speaking, I've been a lot quieter than I normally am.
Uh-huh.
That's because I am stewing in rage and disappointment, and indeed grief.
Ah, the noble son of a noble family! Truly, you understand me?
Yeah, great company.
I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
He is doing it for Monokuma's benefit.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you.
Oh?
Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool! So it's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
If you just knock this crap off and not kill everybody here, because there's quite a lot of other people who are trying to get this guy... Fine. Enough.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
At least I can agree with him on that.
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was a kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying...
Well, hello there, potentially the 16th student.
Well, it's enough for now.